Good evening. I think it's morning. What the hell? Let's find out. If you think it's kind of weird listening to me, you ought to feel sorry for Deanna. She has to live with me. It's 8:30 a.m. Wednesday, June 21st, 2017. Completion for the people data. 0 completion. 3 about people coming together, of the people, of the group, happiness, coming together for good things. And 8 data, knowledge. I'm going to talk about the third book in the creation series, creation walking through the door. Before I do though, won't have me another sip of my coffee. I'm a little goofy, you know, being a little extra goofy today. Just, I'm tired. I've already finished my work, so to speak, so I'm trying to relax. I haven't had a day off from work except for the one that Dan and I took off together a few days ago to, excuse me, to go up in the North Georgia mountains. Of course, we were getting stoned too, but it was like a day off. But as far as like an actual vacation, I can't. I can't remember. I'm sure it's been about 10 years, 20 years or something. When you like what you do, vacation kind of becomes part of, well, you know, who you are, what you do. You need time away from it, but if you like what you do, it really takes the edge off the blade of that sword, man. And I used to say when I turned wrenches, I enjoyed doing it, but at the same time, it really helps to enjoy what you're doing. But you gotta get time just to do nothing, just whatever you want. Stay home, read a book, watch TV, go to the beach, go to the mountains, go see relatives, write a book. Excuse me. And as we're about to get started, I want to show you a couple things. This is a 118 gram piece of the crystal dragon egg star essonite. This sucker is heavy. It's not a very big stone, but it's a heavy stone. I should have got a flashlight to put through it. Let me go do that. Be right back. And we're back again. Want to see something nice? Those of you that enjoy stone. Look at that. Can't tilt it, I'll get it everywhere. Let's see. Can't really tilt it. That is some beautiful aquamarine. It is so nice. It's gem quality. You can take it and make gems out of it very easily. Anyway, I'm drawn to that right now. Aquamarine, there's a green type and a excuse me, beautiful green and a beautiful blue. Stone energy can be relaxing, calm you down, flowing, but goes up in your head too. As a matter of fact, you take some crystal dragon egg star essonite and some aquamarine, put it together, you're going to feel a really neat pulsing. excuse me, it can also calm you down and make and help can help passion flow through you. Actually, it gives you hope. It's good stuff. I like it. I find it relaxing, and as long as I'm not needing to fire up to be protective somewhere somehow. Okay. Let me get this thing squared away. There we go. Let's take a look at this. Bada boom, bada bing. Yep. Okay. Can you see that? When a star blows up or compresses, whatever, when the actual body of the star dies, the crystal that it makes is not normal. If you look at it, you can actually relax and feel the pressure, the heat, and everything involved as it literally started to crystallize from raw base materials. Here's a small one. This is 18 grams. That's beautiful stuff. It's crystal. The energy of this stuff excuse me, is unreal. It's high vibration, but it's very strong. Right now it's going right down excuse me, to my base chakra. This morning I woke up, dealt with what I needed to on the other side. Excuse me. And then I'm being messed with. Excuse me just a minute. Alrighty then. I have lung disease and some serious lung issues, and it's almost like a continuous soft form of pneumonia. Well, it's like that, but they're a little better than that, and I don't mean better. Anyway, thing is, I can always clear it out, and then if I try twice to clear it out, then I have to stop and look and see if anything's behind it. And yesterday I was warned about something else coming, and that I was going to be prepared for it, and my head actually grew a little more last night. It was painful. To be at this stage of my life, getting ready to release this body, get out of it, get away from it, release myself from it, actually. That's painful. Anyway, enough of that. That was to prepare myself for today, which I've been busy. Anyway, back on topic. I guess, see, this is all topic. Sometimes I question whether or not I've excuse me, said too much about my own personal life. But if I want you to understand what's going on, and I'm in the middle of it, and I'm very busy, active, dealing with it, isn't that something I should share for those who want to hear it? No one's tying you down. You do this because you want to. It's your choice, your decision. But I have to offer it. I get hammered all the time by the other side. Man, it's too much. I said, just leave me alone. One of the big changes that's coming, and this will be in a new book, Creation Walking Through the Door. This is you becoming aware, opening up the door and seeing your new creation. What's going to come. That's what the whole book's about. It's all going to be in front of you. It's going to happen smooth, soft. There's no planets blowing up. There's no alien attack. I said that a long time ago. Years ago. I was just thinking something and the lights flickered. It's funny. It's visual talk with the other side. I didn't want to say something and I was being prompted to, but I'm not gonna. Anyway, things aren't like they used to be on the other side. That's the important thing. Things have already changed very much for the better, and you're going to see the new growth, the new lives you're going to have. Your lives are going to change drastically. How are they going to change? What are they going to change into? What's bringing about the change? And then how does it move forward from there? Or does it? Of course it does. That's all part of the book. I'm leaving Deanna over here, thespiritualfoundation.com. Deanna Ramirez Anaya. She's got all the copyrights and everything. Everything's being dumped in her lap, and then Paul is backing her. Then there's so many others so involved everywhere else. You know, Siobhan is really strong. Raj, he hasn't come out yet. Wait till you meet Stephanie out in Australia. Steph, I got your stuff coming, and for the whole family. And it's maybe it's good it took this long. You'll understand when you get your package. And say hi to Dad for me. Well, I guess you're watching, big guy. Come to think of it. But there's so many here. Burju and Paul have been doing this from the beginning. Years. Everyone's getting set up. I mean, there's so many of you. I can't name all of you. I can't. I'd have to write you down and think about it. And it's not like you all know me. It's not like you don't count or anything. I have no memory at all. It's so hard for me to move around anymore. I am so lodged in the moment. It's hard for me to it's hard for me to do what I used to do because I'm not set up for that anymore. I'm set up for departure. Tomorrow there's 3 large beings that are actually part of me. I'll be talking with them tomorrow. They're gonna be pulling a little more of me out of me. It ain't time yet, but we're getting there. And Deanna, like I said, she's gonna finish writing the book. I'm leaving her all kinds of information, a format and everything else. But even while I'm stuck in this body, myself outside of the body, part of myself outside of the body, I've come to talk to a lot of y'all. Sometimes you see my face, sometimes you see a big golden colored, tan gold, yellow colored lion, tiger, panther. I'll give you information. Sometimes I'm a ball of energy. You just know who it is. I'm just the janitor, man, cleaning the floor, fixing the loose doorknobs. But I've told you all the change is coming in. It is, and it's good change, and it comes easy. Right now, and for the past few years for me, it's been first waking up myself while I was fighting the original first being male and female and every other damn thing out there, the original first angels, and setting up the situation where things can move forward while I was waking up. Want to talk about a bitch? There it is. Waking up can be hard to do. I did it through the most difficult means possible. Whatever. No whoop-you-do. Some people said if Jay was what he's supposed to be, he could do this, he could do that. And it's like, who says who? Says who? Where do you get this information? You're not even awake. How did you come up with this decision? You pull that out of a religious book or something? They're all full of crap. That's why you had to have these books. Creation isn't about a god. There's no such thing. There was the original first being, male and female. It was the original first being, period. Then it made itself male and female. It's all in creation, book 1. Creation is beginning your origin. That's that one over there somewhere, and over there somewhere is creation. Its journey evolving into paradise. Excuse me. That was about the fight, things settling down. And then book 3, creation walking through the door, is how things are actually gonna be. The first part is about, as I was saying earlier, I faded away. I'm always fading into other things. There's so much to tell you, and I don't have much time, and my thought will just flow wherever it's going. I'm not a speaker. Hell, I'm the janitor. The first part was for you to wake up and see what's going on inside your body, around you, to understand the things you're starting to see. That's a big thing. I swear I'm seeing things, but I can't touch them. So, does that mean they're not there? Well, that's what you've all been taught, all of us. If you see things, if you hear voices, then you're crazy, you get locked up in everything else. You have spirit guides around all the time, and there's spirit everywhere, and everyone has metaphysical abilities that once you learn how to use, and you start to trust yourself, you realize all this stuff is real. But if society is set up telling you that no, it's not real, and you're going to be punished and abused and made fun of, and they're going to take all your money, and they're going to do everything but put a big old stick right through your ear. It's going to say something else. If the authorities tell you that, then what happens? You don't go there. When it starts to happen, you hide from it. That keeps what? Everyone locked up in their body, nice and tight and secure. Nobody wants to wake up and see anything. You think your governments don't know what's really going on? They know so much more than they ever want to tell you. They also know about me. It's funny, when they came to the house, knocked on the door, FBI and Homeland Security. Hey boys, what's happening? Bring some pizza. Anyway, first part is about you all waking up and understanding yourself better. Then understanding what's around you, being able to see and understand and feel what's going on. There's many ways to see. You can see things through knowing it through your heart and actually get some kind of basic image that it's hard to focus on. You can see things through your pineal, where you see shadows and figures and stuff in there, and then you can see stuff through the scanner, which is just like you're right there. I've described this in a lot of different videos and stuff. But then the second part is to get ready for the fact that there's life from on other planets that's here running around with us. It's about to be physically here running around with us. Instead of flying around out in space and being in the ground, it's time for everything to come out in the open. As you develop your abilities, the first thing you do is you become aware of yourself. You wake up. Holy crap, I have abilities. Not gifts. Don't you dare say gifts. The only gift you ever received from anything, like the original first being, that split itself into male and female before it did anything else, because it was the only one a company made two slightly different pieces, the birth of male and female. Hello? Guess what? Boom. They released you. That was the one gift you've ever received from them. If from that point forward, it was abuse. You don't like it, deal with it. Or don't. Ignore it. Put your head in the sand. That's fine. Sooner or later, you'll be out of your body and you're not going back in another one. That's enough of this crap. Anyway, that's how things change. Okay? If you're trying to play basketball and someone takes a rock and hands you a rock to play basketball with, well, I'm going to keep the rock, but I'm not going to try to play basketball with it. You know, it doesn't fit, it doesn't work. And if you're going to have creation going around where you're in the body and you're not to be abused, you're supposed to be able to relax a little bit, although have frustration, some frustration going on. That's what allows your energy to be in a body and to grow. There's plenty of frustration. Just being in a body is frustrating. Okay? So things are going to change to be so much nicer, so much easier for everyone. You need to realize that we have life in space, because you're going to have to. It's like, boom, hi, hello, how are you? So then when you meet face to face, then there it is. You know, it's already been happening everywhere all over the internet. People still trying to deny it. I've taken all this stuff and brought it forward for you. Taking samples of the folks here from other planets. I mean, folks, they're from other galaxies far, far away. Okay? So, no, this is not another Star Wars episode. That's where they're from. They live very far away. They came here in their huge ships with their huge equipment. Many, 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 many of them. And they're helping us for free. Why? Because they're fracking cool. What do you want me to say? All I'll ever tell you is what I know. They're awesome. So you become aware of them. Then you're going to become aware of the Fae, another type of spirit being that lives right here on the planet. They can take their energy bodies and make themselves dense into a physical body, shake your hand, and then fade away again. And you're like, what the hell? So first get used to life from other planets being here, then you get used to the Fae being here, and then things move forward from there. When I do drop this body and get back to what I'm supposed to be doing, my real self, just like y'all, everyone thinks they're a body. No, you're not. If I'm driving a Chevrolet, I'm not a Chevrolet. I'm Jay. Jay, Arae, whatever the hell. The Chevrolet is what I'm driving around in. Or whatever car. I've had all kinds. Anyway, once you get to that point where you're awake and you can see things, your life changes in a way that it'll never be the same again. You make better decisions for yourself. Excuse me. In the very beginning, when you first start waking up and finding you have abilities, it's always very exciting, but it does stay exciting on and off. You have these spurts of more excitement, and all you takes things a little further, but you start becoming happier. It's not as much excitement as it is at first. I've cranked some people up that came alive real quick, and they wanted me to do it again. Crank me up again, crank me up. I said, no. It's impossible. You already have the maximum amount of you in you. That's the way it works every single time. Every time. Do it again. I want to feel that rush. And it's enjoy what you got. Use what you have. Keep them away from candy, man. Sugar will drive them nuts. Anyway, y'all just gonna become much stronger, awake, aware of so much. And the heart abuse is being taken out of everyone's lives. From the other side, all dimensions, everywhere, throughout creation, abuse is being removed. There will be hardships. There will be frustrating moments. Excuse me, but no longer any abuse. Now, so how do your lives change? The depth of the value of your life is going to become something that you can't even imagine. I pissed some people off in the very beginning, telling them that you have no idea who you really are. And then some people say, oh, who's this guy? Thinks he knows me better than me. Now, they took it personally, like with a better than concept. I'm not better than nothing. None of us are. The fact that something exists makes it equal across the board in creation. We can each do things better than each other, but we're not better than each other. Once you can accept that, then creation can move forward as a family. Once you finish your life and you're out of your body and you're back home, you want to come back in your body and have a life, you'll have an exception. You'll have accepted that or be close to it. Otherwise, you won't go back in a body. That's how things change. All of you, when I would say that you don't even know who you are yet, I'm talking about your abilities, what you can do, the fullness of who you are. The two different spirits within a body driving around, the format for so much stuff that's in your DNA, the physical body. And now I've actually done DNA crank-ups, changing the physical DNA on a large scale. When any source member cranks you up, as long as they're able to, when they go cranking you up, your DNA changes, period. And that's going to be proved across the board. But these latest DNA specific crank-ups, first you get cranked up, the ICUC, intensive crank-up consultation, then the energy is released, which is now part of the ICUC, and then the DNA reformatting. Hard reformatting. And I'm the only one that's done that, except Deanna did one on her mother, and it worked. Now exactly how that goes in the future, I can't tell you until I get out of here. I'm not my real self, neither are you, not till we get out of these bodies. It's like unplugging something. If you have a device that's got a battery backup, and then you unplug the AC and it's just running on battery, it's softer, smoother. That's what it's like when you get out of your body. But your batteries never need to be recharged. You're relaxed, you're more comfortable, much more sensible about everything. The more of me that's out of this body, relaxing, the easier it is for me to deal with things. The more I understand about the other side, what's going on. So, when I do get out of here, I'll be talking with everybody, like I started talking about earlier. But I'll be talking with Deanna specifically about books and stuff. I'll be talking with everybody about stuff, but I'll be talking with Deanna about what to put in the books and showing her. A lot of talk that we do. I mean, I can talk just word for word, but a lot of the talk we do is through image. Excuse me, you can say, excuse me, you can say a lot more through image. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words. There we go. Excuse me, you can say a lot more through image. in a brief moment than you can through physical individual words. People look at hieroglyphics and they say, oh boy, these people are so stupid they didn't have words. No, when the hieroglyphics came out, that was just as people's telepathic abilities were being wiped out, fading away through the DNA. That was done by what runs the planet, but also done by the other side to make everyone's life more difficult, by the original first being male and female on the other side. So I always looked at hieroglyphics and I understood them. People talk about them. I said, why are they doing that? That's backwards. I was too busy fixing cars. Anyway, that's what this book is about. Creation, walking through the door. It's about your new lives, things that are happening and will happen. There's so much more to yourself that some of you are just starting to find out or already have an inkling about, but you're going to find out more about it. But remember, we're talking about the mass populace of this planet as well as others. I've been doing crank-ups for years. I've proven to people, to scientists, to doctors, to lawyers. It's coming out with the judges now. Medical doctors. I mean, you know, whatever. Who's left? Librarians. That I can do things with my brain using spirit, sentient energy. I've proven that there is spirit. We talk. I'm proving the metaphysical world is real. I'm proving that when you hear stuff and talk to stuff and see stuff, not only are you not nuts, you're waking up, becoming aware, becoming your full self, and you're at the front of the pack. That's what I'm proving. That you and your abilities are real. That the metaphysical realm is real. A lot of you feel alone. Excuse me. A lot of you feel alone in what you do, that people don't understand. Right now you're a minority. 100 years from now, 40% of the population is going to be awake. 100 years from now, probably more like 80. Whatever. Say 100 and be safe. Stone energy, how it affects you, helps you. Everything you need to wake up, except for a relaxing meditation type tape, or DVD or CD, is at thespiritualfoundation.com. It doesn't mean that nothing nowhere else don't work. Okay? Doesn't mean you can't find help anywhere else. I'm just saying everything you need is right there. It's all stuff. It's stones that have my energy in them, and Deanna's energy in them too. Those of you that don't know me, I'm Source inside. I'm the old man. My better half, my female part called Lily, and I had the first lives. I've had 10.846 trillion lives, a little over. It's time for me to stop, go home, and take up my job over there. I'm late getting there, but I'm doing all I can and still doing stuff on the other side. I probably talk too much about it, but whatever. The more I talk about the other side, the more you understand about it as you wake up. And your children and their children. You think these words are going to go away when this body dies? Hell no. I'm not a writer, but I'm an author. And my information, folks, it's out there floating around the stars. All these incredible beings that you're going to meet with these incredible ships and everything, you've had lives in their bodies too. Not every one of them. Not all of you, but a lot of you and most of them. Many of them. They're not aware of the other side quite the same way, but their abilities are stronger because they're taught to use it when they're little children. The schools that you're going to have. There's going to be folks from other planets coming here in their starships to get cranked up. Folks, there's so much stuff coming, you're going to love it. Anyway, this third book, Creation, Walking Through the Door, that'll be the last book. So there's a whole new excuse me, there's a whole new creation coming. This one is going to be about you. It's going to be for you. It's going to be done by you. That's funny. Starting to remind me of the Declaration of Independence. We the people. It's about time you had personal rights and you weren't abused by the original first being male and female. It's time that things were made about everything and everyone who are equal. Wow. One of my lives was George W., and I don't mean Bush. People say, people want to say, hey, look, Jay wants to make himself feel special because he was this or that or something. Nothing could be much farther from the truth. The lives that I've had that were made popular were horrific. Gandhi, my last life, you have no idea what that was like. It's the last body I was in. One of the most horrific lives I've had on this planet. This is my last life, but this is exactly my 220,000th life on this planet. If you've had 65 lives on this planet, you've had a lot. I had this one life where I was called the strongest man on the planet. My heart was built up, opened up, allowed to flow, and then destroyed, cut apart by abusing those I loved, killing, butchering those I loved. And then I lived out the rest of my life in horrific misery. I wanted to send myself home and I couldn't. I go to do it, my body be controlled, so I couldn't. People want to write books, make a little toy figure or something. There's no understanding of the reality of things. That's one thing that's going to change. So your lives will get a whole lot better. But exactly how they're going to change, a lot of that's going to be in the book. And while the book's being written, I'll be long gone. I'll be giving Deanna the information to put in it. So the third and last book in the creation series is definitely going to be mostly written from the other side. Deanna will get the information directly. Of course, she has what she needs now, but she's going to be given more directly from there. And she'll be told by what's going to make things actually happen. You'll find that out for yourself in the book. That's another way my books can carry a little more weight. It's important for people to understand the books, because that's the only true history. That's the only book that has your true history in it. Period. Where'd you come from? How did it all start? You have your religious books. There was God, there was angels. No, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. It was amazing when people first started reading my first book that they said, you know what? It fits. They said, this is crazy, but it fits. It makes sense. It is what it is. You're standing at an intersection, two cars go by, they try to go through the intersection at the same time they collide. You say what happened as you saw it, and then they say it makes sense. Yeah, because it happened. That's how it was. That's how it is. That's why it is. So anyway, want the information is there. Folks, love you, man. Have a good one. It's up to you. The information has been presented to you. The question is, do you want that? Do you really want to know? Are you ready? Are you able? Hopefully the answer is yes to all of them. Oh, take care, folks. Have a good. Well, as usual, I left out some very important information. The physical change that's about to happen here, as well as everywhere else in this third dimension, what we call the physical realm, third dimension. Excuse me. As important as these new changes are, which we're going to talk about quickly here, as important as they are, the most important part of what's happening is you becoming yourself, becoming aware, and being free to literally have lives where you flow. You'll have lives that flow with your particular frequencies, who you are. If you're an artist, you'll be an artisan. If you like to travel, you'll be a voyager, an explorer, a teacher, a mother. This is all going to flow relative to who you are inside, so that way you can develop naturally. Okay? Creation changing to allow that to happen is the most important thing. Why? Because when you're out of a body, as well as when you're in a body, things will be smooth and relaxed. When you get, y'all don't know this, okay, but when you get out of your body, it's hard for us to remember stuff when we're out of a body, because we're locked in a body. We can't see, these bodies were made to where we can't remember what it's like to be who we really are, sentient energy, spirit. But the frequencies that are involved when subjects bow to a king and queen, when the original first being, male and female, when they went by you as energy, when they were, you know, showing themselves to you, you had to produce those frequencies. That's not just disgusting, it's wrong, and it's over. But here in your bodies, you need to become yourself. You need to have lives that are easier, okay, with no abuse, okay? Frustration, difficulties, yes. That's part of your spirit developing and getting stronger. It's like a good workout with weights, where you just have a nice workout, you don't push yourself too hard, and you slowly get stronger. But it's natural, it's almost relaxing, and it's definitely going to be the most enjoyable way to do it. Now, that being said, and there'll be more said about that later, but not now. we have the physical change, and that's what I forgot to talk about. I don't know how much to say. First off, I've shown you in different videos that there's a group that gave me the name Alurean. Okay, Alurean. Excuse me. You've already seen them do stuff on video. Dean and I are still very busy. I'm trying to finish off the last of the large sphere orders. The biggest one I had. That's you, Big Tam. And then we're going to put an ET page out on the spiritualfoundation.com, where we're going to set things up to where it'll be easier for people to find certain videos. I've got, what, almost 400 of them? That's a lot. Anyway, it's going to be hard for me to find them. It ought to be hard as hell for anyone else to. We just don't have the time to do things properly. Anyway, but the proper information does get to you. That's the most important thing. Anyway, the Alurean are here to help clean the air, our atmosphere, the water, the land. The Serpoian are incredibly, folks from Serpo, Eben, Greys, they're incredibly apt at fixing the food problems here on this planet, as well as the Alurean. This is a joint effort being taken care of that's pretty much being orchestrated by the Alliance. There's something else running it, and we're not even going to go there, okay? But it's what cares about you. It doesn't care for itself, and it doesn't need to. It's concerned with everything else. Anyway, so the food system is going to be taken care of. The animals are leaving. Okay, I'm taking them. They're going to start peacefully dying. There'll be some dying in the streets and stuff like that, but they're going to be mostly peacefully dying, just going home. It's sad. I'm sorry for any pain that's going to be felt, but it's going to happen. They've had enough lives. Almost about zero animal essence is even going back in animal bodies anymore. It's the way it's been for a while. It's human, fae, and faemen, souls and essence, that are going into the animal bodies, and they only do it for one life, just so that they can have their own personal history or personal recording through a life, short one, of what it was, of what the animals went through, what animal essence went through, to help appreciate animal essence. Animal essence on the other side was looked down at. Everybody walked by and, your animal essence, don't even look at me. That's part of the abuse that has existed when you're in your normal shape, but you know, your normal self, spirit, sentient energy. You'll find out about that when you get home. Okay, it's just important. I say it now. Later on, as y'all develop your children and their children, they're going to see stuff like this for themselves. It's going to be hard to see that, but they'll still be able to see it. When you all have the new bodies coming, about 2,000 years from now, less, there's these new energy bodies are like fae bodies, but they're even softer, clearer, easier to get in and out of. You can bail out of a life when you really want to, but you're going to be able to see stuff more and use your abilities more. What we think of as a magician, magic, whatever, blah, 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 and doing stuff, you're going to be able to do stuff. You're not going to have a body. Well, you're not going to have a physical body. You're going to have a body, but it's going to be an energy body. Completely different. But while your energy, in that energy body, you're going to be able to use more of your abilities. You can have access to your regular self when you're spirit. It's going to be like, when you're in the body having a life, it's going to be like you going to college, but it's easy. Okay, there's no tests, but you're learning, and the whole time you remember who you are, where you are, what's going on. That's less stress on you. That's more abuse that's taken out of your lives, out of your existence. Not just when you're in a body of some sort, physical or spirit, or you know, energy, but when all through your life, your existence, when you're back home. It's sentient energy, spirit. Anyway, soon there's others that are bringing hospitals here for medical aid, food for everyone. Famine is going to be gone unless you're going on a fast. There'll be, it doesn't happen overnight, but it starts it's waiting to happen now. I showed you a video of the Illyrian taking a huge sample out of the ground. I didn't take that. It was someone else's video, and I gave credit to everyone, but I showed you what it is, what it was. And the little orb going around it. Of course, you have some that would saying it's all photoshopped. It's all photoshopped. Yes, it's not true because it's not me. No, it's not you, dude, and it's a good thing. So that's why I don't allow comments in my videos. I'm giving you information. Do what you want with it. But I'm not going to have people saying, oh, this guy's full of shit, or, this is not, screw these people. They'll never wake up. They're so self-absorbed. All they care about is their life and what they have. Just the money I produced for Open Awareness Incorporated, Michelle Davis, in 2014 and 2015, about close to $250,000. Do you think I'd be living like this if I made anything about me? What would you do if you had $250,000? Drive a beat-up 2000 Chevy pickup truck? Anyway, I've shown you who I am. I've proved who I am. I do it by example. You want to help someone understand something? Give them a good example. When you're raising children, parents, we all know children oftentimes will listen to you, but they'll always follow your physical example on top of everything else or before anything else. They hold on to that. Anyway, sickness, just about, it's going to be all but gone. Cure for the common cold. Yeah, actually there is. AIDS, all this other crap, I mean, that's just history, gone. No mas. So, there's other issues that are going to be coming. Okay? Issues for some, not for others. Some soft issues that'll be involving everyone. That'll be covered in a book. But the thing is, it'll be easily taken care of without being taken care of without major stupidity and tragedy. The original first being male and female, what everyone calls God, they wanted, while they did exist, they wanted shit to be about them. They wanted literally for you to fear them, bow down, pay others money that respect them supposedly more than you, whatever. The churches. 1111, that stood for male and female God. Okay? What happened on 9/11? 9/11, what happened? Here in the U.S. You know what happened. Incredible tragedy. What about 3/11? 3/11 in Tokyo, what happened? Reactor going. Yeah. That's your loving mother and father God when they used to exist, okay? Now it's different. They're dead. They're gone. Now it's time for you to have good things. Will there be strife? Yes, there has to be, so you can grow, so you can develop into who you are. When spirit hasn't had a life, in regards to anything about life, being in a body, having a life, they're completely ignorant. The only way these beings understand anything is by having information about having lives, either by having had them themselves or being part of energy that has had a lot of lives, and they were strong enough to take that, they were able to take that information with them before they became themselves. If they don't have the understanding that comes from having lives, then they're ignorant. I've had to deal with a lot of them, and so I'm wanting to get more abusive about my terminology of them, but things need to be what they are. They're ignorant. And that's all going to be dealt with. People, your life is going to be better, sweeter, and healthier than they've ever been before. Those that are in body really causing stuff, they're going. A lot of them, when they come out of the body, as soon as the body gets dropped, as soon as their body is killed, and then they come out, the ones that are really a problem are being deleted. The ones that don't understand, don't know better, they're going to be set aside to live in their own little dimension, have their own little time, kind of float around. Some being helped, there's other stuff going on related to that. You'll find out in the book, okay? But it's to help everyone and everything, because everything that exists is equal. Everything that exists that's abusing others or beating up on other stuff, see ya, gone, deleted. The planet's going to get cleaned up. We're going to have food for everyone. We're going to have medical aid that's never been dreamt of. Surgery done with equipment. You think Star Trek looks cool? Wait till you see what's real. Transportation. Transporters. No more TV. Having a portal in your own room, in your house? Yeah. Multiple portals? Yes. How's that? Pretty cool? That's nothing compared to what you're going to run into. Taking off to other planets. Meeting other beings. What's coming is beyond anything you could imagine, that anyone could imagine and put into a movie. That doesn't mean everything you've seen in a movie, it's that and more. It just means that, because some of that stuff is just nuts. But what's really going to happen is going to be unreal. So, equipment that will allow you to defy gravity and float. A lot of people say, there's one person in particular, I have a love and desire to care for everything there is, but some of y'all really piss me off. There's one person, there's a few people out there talking about how these beings are telekinetic and all this other stuff. Bullshit, okay? There's a limit to what's real and what's not. You can't be like them and just make shit up. And the truth's coming out pretty soon, and then everything they said will be like, oh. And they'll find something they said right, and wait, but I said this, whatever. They'll be shut down. You're going to start seeing more of what's real, because you're going to see it for yourself. That's a big part of my whole life here. Truth, your truth, it's yours, comes from you, comes from inside. I've tried to make all your abilities stronger. I have made all your abilities stronger, but I try to really crank you up as much as I can. Because it's time. It's time for you all to be who you really are. It's time for you to be free to move around as you wish. It's time for you to be able to understand who you really are, the importance of who you are. Usually the nicer someone is, the more they've been abused in their life, telling them they suck. And it's all been a lie, controlling lie. You don't believe me? Go find a religion. Christianity, all of them. You're a sinner. Why? Your great-great-great-great-great-grandfather screwed up. And you're holding it against me? Frack you. Come on, folks. It's all simple. Just let it be simple. Simple as an old man in overalls, man. I'm telling you. Anyway, the things you're going to be able to do. The new bodies you have coming that you can start using your real abilities through. Creation is going to become what it should have been. The very first life. My better half and I were there. It was me and her. On a planet called Arae. She's a spirit, and her energy is in this stone we call Essonite and star Essonite. It's one of them in there, that is. Her planet was 270 times the mass of Jupiter. She is considered by her own kind, planetary essence, to be the mother of planets. Female universal essence. Anyway, look, I need to go, but need to leave you alone. There's stuff coming that'll blow your mind, but every one of these books is, thank you, is an important part of your history. This is all about everyone. Not just you, but it wouldn't be true without you in it. It wouldn't be complete. So now it's time for everyone to find themselves and get ready for a world coming that'll blow your mind. And then when you learn to use your abilities to relax and go down to the lower dimensions here and literally run around with the Fey beings, folks, you have no idea what's coming. As your ability to, as you learn more, and your ability to use your abilities, your metaphysical abilities, attributes, not gifts, these belong to you. You own them. They are part of you. I own this arm. No, it's part of me. Well, same thing. You're going to use them more, become more aware, and you won't have to take off to get in a starship to go see someplace. You're going to be able to see it pretty damn well just sitting in a chair. But that starship's going to be right there too. So you can go there physically. And the war out in space is already coming to an end. It's pretty much done except for little skirmishes, and you can thank the original first beings. And many others. Had to try to clear my throat before I could finish saying that. Get ready for change. But as you start to see it, it'll be nice to have a guidebook to give you the basics of what's coming. I gave you a little sneak preview. It's not even a complete introduction to the book by any means. Maybe a third of it. But it's coming. It's already set aside to happen in the timeline, future. So anyway, you want information? I got it for you. I put it together for you. You can go to thespiritualfoundation.com. You can go to Amazon.com, Europe, IE, Elemental P, whatever. It's everywhere. And Deanna and I are also going to go. I saw a picture once on the internet, and then Deanna brought it up. There's some folks down I think in somewhere here in Georgia that actually have a farm where they save animals. And you've seen on the internet, there's a bear, a lion, and a tiger, I think, that are all together. They're friends. These people save animals. We're going to go give them. We're going to go down there and give them everything we can, but we can't give them that much. It's more than a couple grand, but it ain't what it should be. I wish we could go down there and lay $20,000-$50,000 or something on them, but we can't. Not now. There's also another gentleman that we support right now, but not like we need to. Not like we feel we need to. Not like we want to. And he rescues animals, and he goes after people that I don't mean to kill them or something. I mean, he goes after, aggressively goes after people abusing animals. It's time for change. It never should have been like this. Your lives should have been better from the beginning. All that information, anything you could basically want to know about the basis of what is and how it got to be that way, is in those books I wrote from you. Remember, I'm not a writer, but I am an author. My information's published, so I'm literally an author, but I'm not a writer. When Deanna writes this third book and last book, they'll write their own books, which is cool, but this is just finishing my work. She has more organized thought, and these books are coming out in all the different languages. So it's not like yay the book, but hey, you want information, there it is. Do whatever you want with it. I just had to write it. Folks, love you, man. Hope you have a good one.